You know, your dress is very springy, so I'm very confused. If you're headed out right now, you're in for a pretty nice ride, but there is an accident investigation out there on the Sawmill. So all lanes are closed southbound, traffic being diverted off at exit 5 Yonkers Avenue. I'll keep you posted as to when that reopens, but definitely avoid it for now. Then heading over to the inbound side of the Holland Tunnel, that tube is closed, so you cannot get from New Jersey into New York that way, but you could always take the Goethals Bridge or Lincoln Tunnel instead. Darlene, back to you.
Lauren, thanks so much.
4:02 right now, and now to New York City's road to recovery in just a few hours.
Coliseum. If you are getting on the subways at this hour, most of them are operating, and you have planned trackers out there on the 1247 EDF and Q line. So expect delays and service changes. If you're getting on the major commuter airlines, so far so good on our close to schedule. Let's take a look outside at the roads. Here's the Long Island Expressway in Queens out by the
but there is an accident investigation that is shutting teen, and that's your 10-day. Let's get you traffic now. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. If you're headed out right now, most are in for a nice drive, but there is an accident investigation that is shutting down the Sawmill Parkway southbound from exit 5 to 4A. So all traffic's going to be diverted off the road at Yonkers Avenue. Your best bet would just be to avoid this altogether. Take the thruway down, take the Bronx River Parkway. This could be out there for a few more hours. Heading over to the Alexander Hamilton Bridge, you'll see delays getting into the outbound GWB. That's because of road work there, but the major Deegan's moving nicely here just while we're at this picture, and we'll take a live look outside at the inbound side of the Holland Tunnel. So that inbound tube is closed with construction as well, and then heading over to the Staten Island Expressway, everything's moving along nicely out there in both directions. Roads in Staten Island are free and clear. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, they're both in effect today. So if Thursday is the last day listed on the sign, don't forget to move your car. Michael, back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thank you very much. It's 42.
Thursday. Let's talk about the subways. Most are moving, but there is planned track work out there, so that affects the 1247 EDF and Q lines, so there are service changes there. And in addition to that, just remember some lines don't run overnight, so that's the BC 42nd Street Shuttle, W and Z lines. We'll see that service kick off between 5:30 and 6 a.m. Michael, over to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks so much. There was a wild scene on Long Island as a pickup truck ends up parked halfway inside a home in Riverhead. 2 people were reportedly trapped. Well, while Amos is recovering, he still can't fly. He's not going to go on exhibit, but he'll still meet people under the zoo's ambassador. So cute, isn't he?
He's so cute. He's walking
I'm so happy. He's found a new home in the Bronx.
And they're treating him
And they're taking him to the hip-hop museum.
He's going to go to the hip-hop museum. Yes, exactly. He might drop a few bars at some point. 4:26 right now, still ahead. The new COVID outbreak at a Long Island high.
It is Friday Eve. How are things?
Oh, that just made it automatically better. Friday Eve. Love a Friday Eve. Love Friday even more. If you are headed out right now to drive, the Sawmill is fully shut down with an accident investigation. By exit 5 Yonkers Avenue, the roadways closed between Yonkers Avenue and Rumsey Road, but you will be diverted off at that exit, and you will have to take local streets to get back on. Heading over to the Alexander Hamilton Bridge, you still have some delays heading into the outbound GWB. There's some road work underneath the apartments there, but it looks like things are starting to ease out. Michael, over to you.
Lauren, thank you very much. Well, Manhassan, Maria, if you look at the break in the clouds there, it looks like Batman.
Oh, I like it.
See that?
Okay. There's the cape right there.
Right there.
But you know what? This was last evening, and the clouds have moved.
If you are getting on the subways, delays just came in on Coney Island bound F trains. Then you have planned track work out there on the 1247 EDF and Q. So expect service changes on those lines. We'll take a live look outside at the New Jersey Turnpike out by Newark Liberty Airport.
We are happy to see that. That was a big relief.
Went to Supercuts. And
They did a great job.
They did a great job.
Darlene, you didn't commit to the story, though. It was a bad
Oh!
day.
Sorry. See?
Sorry, not sorry. I know.
Maria's here.
Lauren, how are things looking?
Let's talk about the subways. There are delays on Coney Island bound F trains, and planned track work should wrap up shortly, but you still have no service on the BC 42nd Street Shuttle, W or Z lines because they don't operate overnight. Major commuter airlines, though, so far so good, on or close to schedule. So at least you're in for a really nice ride there. Michael, over to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks so much. Nassau County's SPCA is looking for donations.
In Brooklyn, 45 degrees, 47 in Queens, but look at that wind, northwest at 22. Staten Island at 44 and the Bronx at 46, also a brisk northwest wind. So the winds of change bringing those temperatures
down. We're not going to see the 50s. We'll get to the low 40s. That's it by noontime. But we do hang on to that sunshine. 44 degrees by 5 p.m. and back down into the
30s with that breeze.
By 10 o'clock. It's actually a return to average, which we do again tomorrow. We do have the return of rainfall, but I'll show you where we could pick up a little bit of snow, although it'll be mild for so many of us heading into that first week of March. We'll talk about that in the 10-day forecast.
An exclusive look inside that Bronx home that was rocked by a gas explosion.
Then a special delivery for the actual front doors of the hospital.
If you are headed out right now, delays cleared on the N train, so subways, major commuter rail lines all running on or close to schedule. Same goes for all of our ferry lines, so ferry commuters, you're in for a nice ride as well. And we'll take a live look outside at the roads. Here's the Belt Parkway out there before you. Heading over to an accident on the Van Wyck Expressway. It's on the ramp to the westbound Grand Central Parkway. Delays are building through there, you can see. And then heading over to Long Island on the LIE. Oh, they're swinging the camera, but they swung it back. There's debris in the roadway out here. This is on the westbound side out by exit 46, Sunnyside Boulevard. So I'm not sure what it is, but you can see out here in the left lane, obviously police just arrived on the scene, so they're going to have to clear that off. You can expect a lane or two to be blocked during this time. So there are delays getting into this. Again, that's westbound heading into 46. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules both in effect today. Michael, back to you.
All right, Warren, thank you very much. In Brooklyn, a school bus driver is being questioned after that he was wandering around with all that.
Sure, not understanding.
Always happy to see that, right?
You know, we have a family around here because our director said that the sheep looks like me when I walk in here in the morning. Before I get my hair done. And he's right.
Maria and I, in our nerd conversations, we're trying to figure out how sheep in the wild, we don't see more of them looking like that, do they?
That's what Michael
Back at each
said.
other.
Right.
It's incredible to see them like that.
I gotta get on this.
We tend not to see a lot of sheep in the wild in the 5 boroughs.
No,
but
no.
You never know. Westchester County is totally different. Maria.
All right, Twitter, do your work.
Right.
Hit us up and let's give us some knowledge here. All right, let's talk about the weather. I like the Rutherford camera a lot when it's windy because it really kind of shows you. It's bouncing around out there.
Maria, big accident out there took place overnight on the Sawmill River Parkway in Yonkers Avenue. We just got an update from Westchester County PD. 4 people were in this accident, single car accident.
confirmed double fatal. So southbound all lanes remain closed with this accident investigation at exit 4A Rumsey Road. So traffic's being diverted off there.
Turnpike by exit 15W causing delays. And one just came in southbound on the Major Deegan out by 149th Street. So things are slowing down through there as well. Let's take a live look outside at the Kosciuszko Bridge where things are actually...
But I just really want to watch the Earth shadow and the belt of Venus. I love taking pictures when that's out there. It's so beautiful. Okay, now on to not so nice news. Unfortunately for the commute this morning, a fatal accident took place overnight in Yonkers on the Sawmill. So the investigation is still taking place. Southbound all lanes are closed by exit 4A Rumsey Road. That's right where the accident happened. So traffic's being diverted off there just to avoid the delays getting into it. You might as well stick with the thruway southbound through Yonkers. That's moving along nicely. Then over on the Gowanus, you have a crash inbound by 38th Street, and so that's jammed up. But once you get past it, there's another accident on the BQE by Atlantic Avenue. So another spot you'll want to leave yourself plenty of extra time. Michael, over to you.
Lauren, thanks very much.
Lauren. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. If you are headed out the door right now and not much going on, there is a tractor trailer incident with a fuel spill. It's underneath the apartments heading towards the outbound upper level of the GW Bridge. So a little while ago, you could see a little backup under this live graphic. It looks like it's eased out a bit, so hopefully that will clear soon. But use caution if you're headed that way, even though it's not causing a big delay. Then heading over to the LIE in Nassau County, here's what it looks like by exit 40. Overall, the roads are very quiet. Thank you, Maria. My New Year's Eve dress because tonight it'll be New Year's Eve pajamas. We can't do anything. One area, so if you're headed to the outbound George Washington Bridge
on the subways, service has been restored. Just know there's planned track work out there on the E and the M, so expect delays and service changes. Heading over to the major commuter rail lines, they look good. You do have 4 trains that have already been canceled for the morning commute for NJ Transit, so check in to see if you're affected. And we will take a live look outside at the Cross Bronx Expressway, where you'll see glistening Mario Como Bridge. There's a 45-mile-per-hour speed restriction out there because the roads are wet this morning. And here's a live look at the GW Bridge. You can see glistening roads on this New Year's Eve morning. So things are moving along with some issues out here earlier. Everything cleared out. Let's hope it stays that way. Then heading over to the New England Thruway at 95 southbound right now. You do have an accident that takes out 2 lanes approaching exit 15, which is the New Rochelle exit, so give yourself a little bit of extra time if you're headed that way. Gus, back to you.
Lauren and Maria, thank you very much.
On the subways, there is contract work out there on the E and the M, so expect delays and service changes. If you're getting on the major commuter rail lines, you can see possible delays on the Montauk branch. LIRR reporting someone was struck by a train just west of Fayetteville. So more information comes in, I'll get it right out to you. NJ Transit has canceled 6 trains already this morning, but otherwise they're on or close to schedule. Let's take a live look outside at the Alexander-Hamilton Bridge in the distance. You have the
Morning, everyone. About the Montauk branch. So LIRR just tweeted that Montauk branch service is suspended between Babylon and Patchogue, which is about 5 stops. But this is all because an unauthorized person was on the tracks and struck by a train near Sayville. So they are working on securing buses, obviously emergency personnel out there. So as the updates roll in, I will relay them to you. Heading over to the roads, you can still see lots of green on the maps, although the roads are wet. There are just a couple of issues out there. An accident on the New England Thruway southbound heading into exit 15, which is the New Rochelle exit. Then you have a slowdown on the Hutch, not sure why just yet, but this is heading into Weaver Street around exit 20, so keep that in mind. And then over on the BQE, just a live picture out there. It's still pretty quiet, but roads are wet, so we could see more accidents as the morning progresses. The Brooklyn Bridge is in the darkness here, but things are moving along nicely on the span there. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, both in effect today. Gus, over to you.
Thank you. We're now hearing 911
calls from that Christmas Day. So take it easy. There are a couple of problems out there that's not related to weather. A truck struck an overpass southbound on the Hutch, right by exit 22 Mamaroneck Road, so you can see the delays building. All lanes are subject to closure right now. One lane is getting by. Over on the New England Thruway southbound, you still have a lane out there with a crash approaching exit 15, which is the New Rochelle exit. Heading over to the Belt Parkway, just to show you that it's quite wet out there and to be careful. Watch out for some puddles on the roads. Things are moving along okay, but again, that's just an illustration of the conditions. And let's talk about the rails. You still have the Montauk branch suspended in both directions between Babylon and Patchogue. They're working on getting buses for you. I'll let you know when that happens. And then heading over to the subways, delays in service changes just came in on the A and the D lines. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, they are both in effect today. Gus, back to you.
And Lauren will keep talking transit here as